Welcome to another episode of the Money Wheel Podcast. The journey to wealth starts here with your host, Don Shade.
Hello, my friend and future millionaire. Welcome to this episode of the Money Wheel. My name is Don Shade. You know, in the last few episodes, I've covered a lot of questions and a lot of technical stuff. I want to get away from that for just a little bit, and I want you to think about this. When was the last time that you looked at your dream? Is your dream some kind of high-performance car? Is your dream a dollar amount in the bank? Is your dream a new house? You know, as you get into building your business and things get moving forward, you're running a full-speed life, you're working a full-time job, plus you're trying to build an online business. Things get crazy. What I want to make sure of is you don't forget why you're doing it. Make sure your dream is always out in front of you. Make sure that you and your spouse have date nights that, you know, you're talking about the dreams that you both want. Because I guarantee you, your spouse is going to have totally different dreams and ideas than what you have. Even though you're a team and you're going through this journey together, they're going to have things that they want to do on their own, so to speak. And just the same as you're going to have things that you want to do on your own as well. Know what those things are and know what they're going to cost, and have a projection date of when things are going to work for you to be able to fulfill that dream. You know, one of the things I went over early in these podcasts was, what does a day in your life cost? You know, most people don't understand the money they bring home per year. They claim that they make whatever amount in a week's time. The problem is they work 5 out of 7 days, and life is a 24/7, 365 event. So they're taking 2 days and they're not doing any income producing activities. Oh, I work hard during the week. I need to sit back and relax. And you know what? I agree. Everybody needs time that they walk away from everything they're doing and they just do something fun. They do what they enjoy. But you know what? If you're fighting for financial freedom and you're serious about it, you're going to work hard for a little while. You're going to break a sweat a few times. There's going to be some stressful times for you to get there. And the reason I know that is because I went through it myself. You know, I used to work a 7 to 3 factory job. I would get off work and I would come home, sleep a couple hours, and I was taking online training from 9 to 12 at night. And then I would turn around and do the same thing 4 nights a week. The problem with that was this. When you're done taking that training at midnight, you're so fired up about what you learned, you can't go right to sleep. Well, I had to be up 5 o'clock the next morning. You know what? And there was days I was really dragging. But I knew why I was doing it. It was a short-term situation for long-term gain. I want you to take the time to step back and look at your dream and remember why you took this stressful headache on of learning a new trade. Because what's going to happen is this will explode for you all at once. You'll go from, it'll seem like no customers to just all at once. You'll have more customers than you know what to do with. And you won't exactly be sure how it happened. But what it comes down to is this. The reason you get those customers is because you put the work in day after day. What you didn't notice, you started out with 5 people. Then it turned into maybe 13 people. First thing you know, you got 30. Then you got 300. And it's just because you did the things that it takes to succeed building an online business. Nothing you ever did in your life was easy when you started. Look back whenever you learned to drive a car. You know, you weren't great at it in the first week. Now you jump in, you're driving down the road, you're texting, you're drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. It's not a big deal. It's just the way it goes. Why? Because you've been doing it so long. Your online business is going to get to be the same way. You just have to be willing to put the work in to get it there. I don't want you to lose sight of the reason you started this business. That's everything I have for today's episode. We'll see you next time on The Money Wheel.
Thank you for listening to the Money Wheel Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and like the podcast. For everything that was talked about in today's amazing show, go to moneywheelpodcast.com and get today's show notes, past episodes, and most importantly, you can connect with Don Shade on all his social media platforms. Again, at moneywheelpodcast.com. If you are just looking to email Don, you can email him at don@moneywheelpodcast.com. For a list of all our tools we use in our business, you can go to moneywheelpodcast.com/resources. Again, thank you for listening to today's podcast, and see you in our next episode of the Money Wheel Podcast.